Hey guys, it's me, Dax Moy from daxmoy.com, coming at you from day, where are we? Day 13 of the 30-day January Jumpstart Challenge. So today I'm going to I'm going to introduce you to the 7-minute sizzler. Okay, so this is just literally a quick 7-minute workout. So a little bit longer than the ones you've been doing up to now, which have been about 4 to 5 minutes on average. Now we're pushing into it. We're just going to add a couple of minutes. Okay, but the aim is not to make it really, really long. But here's how it works. Essentially, you are going to set a stopwatch for 7 minutes and you're going to do as many repetitions of the following exercises as you possibly can across the course of that minute, or across the course of that 7 minutes. By the time you get to the end of 7 minutes, you're going to record all of your numbers, and next time you come back to doing that same workout, the aim is to just have a bit of a challenge with it, to beat it just slightly, okay? So even if it's just 1 or 2 reps, it really doesn't matter, but the aim of the game is to try and beat your numbers, as you have been in some of your other challenges. It's quite a simple workout, there's nothing overly complex about it, but the way I want you to do it is essentially to do 10 repetitions at a time. Okay, so for example, you'll do 10 repetitions of exercise 1, move to 10 of exercise 2, and so on and so forth. Get through a complete circuit and then start exercise 1 again with little or no rest. Okay, so you just keep looping over, come back to the start, another 10, work your way down through the circuit, finish the circuit, come back to the start, and keep going until the timer runs out at 7 minutes. You should be keeping track of all the repetitions you've done. Okay, so you might have done 4 times through on one exercise and maybe only 3 times through on another. Record all of that, record the individual reps for each exercise, but also record the overall number of repetitions for the entire circuit, and there you've got your 7-minute sizzler. So it's really quite simple. I'm going to use my lovely male model Mario to come and demonstrate the exercises so that I can film and I can kind of get there into the nitty-gritty. So you still hear my voice on tape as I'm explaining to you what to do, but Mario will be my demonstrator, okay? So the first exercise of this series is going to be the swoop. Okay, the swoop is quite a simple exercise really. What you're going to do is you're going to get down onto all fours, like so, as Mario is, with the knees quite close to the hands, as close to the hands as you can get them. Okay, so you know you don't have to force the position, but at the same time try and get your knees nice and close. Next, raise your knees off the floor, so your weight is in the balls of your feet and your hands. Take your left foot through the space. There you go, through the space between your body. Reach out, come back to the center, and across to the other side. Okay, this is the first level of the swoop. Now, most people, if you could carry on a few hundred reps of that from you, Mario, that'd be brilliant. For most people, that's going to be, that's going to be about as much as they can do. Now, if you are a little bit fitter, you are a little bit stronger, and you want to push the swoop a little bit more, the swoop can go a little bit more dynamic. So we'll just get a demonstration of the dynamic swoop. So we actually literally skip through from one side to the other. Okay, and what you're going to do is 10 repetitions of that before moving on to exercise 2. And exercise 2 is simply the push-up. Okay, so Mario demonstrate a push-up for us. Okay, 90-90 position on the arms, hands where your elbows just were, straight legs, butt squeezed, pelvis down, and let's go. So nice and deep, and all the way back up again. If you can't do the full push-up, as Mario is demonstrating, you can do the same thing off your knees. Okay, and again, a nice straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Okay, and if you find that you're a bit stronger than the kneeling push-ups, but you're not quite strong enough to do the full push-up, you can do the hybrid push-up, which is lowering with a straight body, and when you get to the floor, push back up from the knees, and lower with a straight body. Okay, and that's a good middle exercise for getting you prepped for being able to do a full push-up. Okay, your next exercise is going to be the lunge. Okay, so you're going to be standing up. Okay, you're going to take a nice long stride with your feet hip width apart. Okay, take the rear knee down to 1 inch off the ground. Push off from the heel of the front foot. You see? So you saw Mario, so let's have another one of those. So a nice long step out. Okay, dip the knee to 1 inch off the ground, push off from the heel, so you see the toes lift first. That's really important because that makes sure that it's your glutes that do the bulk of the work as opposed to all of the work going into your quads, okay? So if you've got knee problems, or if you just know that you've got balance issues, or the lunges are a bit tough for you at the moment, you can stick with squats, and that's absolutely fine. Your next exercise is going to be the row. Okay, so this is why we've got our towel over here on the floor. So again, you know how to do these towel rows. This should ideally be around a vertical post or across your door handles. Okay, the closer you bring your feet to the pole or to what the thing is anchored to, the more resistance you're going to get in your back. Okay, so all the way out and all the way in. Really try and work it so that your hands are almost in your armpits. Okay, really pull them back. There you go. Okay, and if you want to make it harder, you can actually take your feet past the pole. So reach, there you go. See, now you're ending up laying back a little bit more so you can get more resistance. Okay, so that's your next exercise, the row. The next exercise is going to be the Spider-Man. Okay, so the Spider-Man, some people call these mountain climbers, where the mountain climbers is a slightly different variation. What we do here is we start in a push-up style position, so get down into push-up. And from here, you're going to step forward with your left foot and try and put your left foot outside of your left wrist. And again, don't worry too much about the range. Okay, you may find that you can't reach quite as far as Mario. Okay, so that's not necessarily a problem, but you're reaching toward it, and that's what you're aiming for. Looking at the pelvis there, the pelvis is being driven down toward the floor while you squeeze your bum. Pelvis driven and squeeze. Okay, so 10 repetitions of that exercise. The next exercise is going to be the inverted press, okay, which is essentially a shoulder press. Right, so hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Most people find that if they just turn their fingers in slightly, okay, so if you angle your fingers in slightly, you get a bit of a more comfortable position around the wrists when you're in the high position of this movement. So from there, bum up in the air, okay, and the harder you want it to be, the closer you'll bring your feet toward your hands. And if you want it easier, you'll push your feet back further away, okay? Try and put the crown of your head on the floor, okay? So that's it, tuck your, so Mario's just touching forehead there. Just try and put the top of your head toward the floor, Mario. There we go. And back up again. Great shoulder exercise, this one. Okay, it looks harder than it is. This is actually easier than a normal push-up, okay? But you will feel it in your shoulders. So 10 repetitions there. And finally, the upward and downward facing dog. So starting from downward facing dog, that's going to be your bum up in the air. There you go, your hips nice and high from that position. From there, squeeze your bum, drive your pelvis at the floor, raise your chest and look up at the ceiling. Okay, and back up again. So that would constitute 1 rep. Every time Mario comes back up to the ceiling, there's a single rep. Okay, so there you go. So look, it's really quite simple. Let's just recap on what you're doing there. You're going to do 7 total exercises, 10 repetitions of each exercise, and you're going to keep performing those 10 reps of each until 7 minutes are complete. Once 7 minutes are up, time up. No matter, even if you're halfway through a set, you've only done 3 reps, that's it, time up. Okay, you're finished. That's your workout for today. Record your repetitions. Next time you do the same workout, try and beat the reps. It really is that simple. There you go.